through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains, the cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground, echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time, we march on through grit and grime. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Sorry about that. My fault, guys. But good evening and welcome to THFC Till We Die. Tottenham past, present, and the exciting future, of course, under Thomas Frank. As the Frank engine has left the station, we're all aboard to the promised land where he's going to bring us trophies and many, many more great days ahead. But we've got a big game on Sunday against Manchester City. And can we beat them? And I think we can. I reckon I'm going for a 2-1 win up there. I think we're going to go up there and do a job. But more about that later in the week. This is all about transfers. This is just, let me get my cameras a bit up. There we go. That's better. This is all about transfers. This is all about players coming in, coming out of the squad. And also a little few bits and pieces about the Champions League as well. How much money, the money in the Champions League, right, is absolutely, it's unbelievable. It's amazing what you get for a win, what you get for a draw, and then the money each round you go through. And also, guys, we're going to talk a little bit about I forgot what else we're talking about. We've got transfers. Brain went dead there for a minute. I've got transfer news. Oh, yeah. And players who I think should be sold in this window as well. But any more news on any players going out, I will let you know. Let's welcome a few people in the chat and let's get on with the show. Big up to Terry Powers. Leave you out. He'll always be a CT to me. Let him have his empire. BGTF be out of my once beloved club. Levy and Son are Goon. Levy and Son are Gooners Club. Well, Terry, do you know? fair enough. I can absolutely understand your frustration, and probably after 25 years, if Tequila was here, he'd be right up your street really on that one. I can understand your frustration, and I get it. I do get it. Now, I don't normally bring up non-members chats. It's a new thing we're trying to bring in, trying to encourage members to pick up, because we feel people that do pay for their membership should have a little bit of if you pay for your memberships, that you get your topics brought up first. But this one, it got my goat. It's been getting my goat since I saw it. Adam, I don't know what you're reading. It has not hit a stumbling block. You are so barking up the wrong tree. It is unreal. I mean, you're so far barking up the wrong tree. The tree's about 20 miles away from the tree that you want to be barking up. Look, it was announced today by Ben Davis, right? Ben Jacobs. I'll read you exactly what Ben Jacobs put in, if I can find the quote. Where did I put it into? Did I put it into there? Oh, here we go. Yeah, this from Ben Jacobs. Tottenham have reached an agreement in principle with Crystal Palace for Eze. It's around about just under 60 million euro, plus add-ons. Why the deal hasn't been announced yet? Because Crystal Palace are still waiting to get a player in to replace Eze. That's why. That's why nothing's been said, and it will be done about I think on Thursday. We always said it'd be 24 to 72 hours. So the 72 hours on Sunday we broke it, so it's 24, 48, whatever. Yeah, around Thursday. On Thursday, that should break that Tottenham. As he is coming to us, Adam, stop fear mongering. Stop getting your knickers in a twist. It is happening. Okay, it is happening. I am sorry. You're so wrong, man. You're barking up the tree. So wrong. Big up to you, Giant 68. He says, big up, Dermot, people in chat. Coys, big up to you, Giant. We've got Mr. E in the chat. Let's go, he says. We've got Big Bad Run as well. Says, Eze, big up to you, sir. And he goes, Eze, he's put Eze twice in that. No, Eze evening. Giant 68, any news on the possible Basuma move to Fenerbahce? I'm waiting for an update on that. The latest I do have on that is that Hill, Basuma, and Solomon to Bologna, Fenerbahce and Everton and Leeds respectively. Nothing confirmed though. So I think Solomon at the moment could be going to Basuma could be going to Fenerbahce or Everton. We know Solomon could go back to Leeds, and then we know Hill's going to Bologna. So nothing confirmed yet, but 3 players already out as well. Big up Ron. Good up to Ryan. Good evening, Ryan. Good evening, Dermot. As I hopefully would assume, yeah. I think Thursday will be the day will be announced. Big up to Dave. He said, big up Dermot. Any news on Eze Coys with a white heart? Thursday. Keep Thursday in your diary. 72 hours should work around about Thursday. We did say Sunday it could take between 24 to 72 hours to complete, and it's working around that time frame. Crystal Palace have to wait to get a player in to replace Eze. They're not going to release Eze unless they get a player in. But a deal has been agreed. Personal terms, I think, have been agreed as well. I think off the top of my head for what I've been reading. So Eze will be a Spurs player. Dermo, it's Saturday, not Sunday. I know it's 12:30 on Saturday right now. I know. Big up to Ben Edwards as well, evening everyone. Big up to you, Ben. Hope you're doing well. Big up to Simon Cohen as well. Big up Dermo. Big up Simon. Levy doesn't know support. Levy doesn't support the. Yeah, exactly. Big up to you, Dave, Mr. E. Eze will come for sure. We need to focus on our other 2 positions now. Yeah, exactly. We do. Christopher Inshaw, goal side, offside. Tottenham have reached an agreement in principle with Palace. Yeah, Ben Jacobs, that came out this morning. And as they sorted, hopefully now we'll go after a Leffringen. Now, for what my understanding is, for what I was told by the people we use, our sources, that within the football game, that the Savinho deal might be off, but I'm still waiting to get that confirmed. There was some stupid rumor put around on X earlier that some of the people, I've got a bugbear, right? People putting stuff on X. Swear to God, can they not just be sensible on what to put up on that platform? I mean, somebody just said, I could put up a rumor saying Rodrigo is coming to Spurs and it will go around like wildfire. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. So Savinho, I think that might be off. I'm not sure. Have you heard of any players? We haven't got over the bloody summer window yet. More like looking at the January window. But yeah, we will let you know. But guys, let's kick on with the show. And this is it. This is what Ben Jacobs had to say. Eze to Spurs, breaking. Tottenham have reached an agreement in principle with Crystal Palace for Eze. Palace must now find a replacement. They're going after, I think, if I'm right, the Leicester City midfielder to bring him to Palace, with Eze waiting and training as normal. So, the latest I know on this is, right, Glasner has come out and said in the press conference that Palace do have a Conference League game this week. And he said he would like Eze to play in that. But if Palace find a replacement before then I would say that Eze would then go to Spurs. Look, it is going to happen. He will be a Spurs player. Nothing's going to go wrong with it now, I would think. And I can't wait to get my Spurs. I think it's a player we need. I think it's a fair player as well. But I'm absolutely over the moon that we got this one over the line. We've got, anyway, transfer senior Manchester City figure blocking Tottenham move. This is from CX Manchester News. A senior figure within Manchester City's hierarchy is currently blocking the move for Savinho to Tottenham this summer, according to new developments. Look, I can't see this being true, or where this is, if this is right. If it is right, then I think it's a bit harsh. And I don't think businessmen should be getting involved in the football side. It should be down to the manager and director of football. It shouldn't be down to a chairman or anyone saying, no, that player isn't going, or that player will go. I don't think that's right. But look, Man City are a law to themselves. So what do you expect? This one as well, we were talking about it earlier. Manor Solomon is certain to leave Tottenham as new Leeds offer lineup. As a result of former Spurs and Leeds goalkeeper Paul Robertson told Football Insider that Leeds could push to sign Solomon with the door left open for his departure. Well, we also know he could be going to Everton. Watching Everton last night, guys, I thought Everton were woeful. And I thought Leeds looked really good last night. So, do you know what? I think Everton might need him more than Leeds. But, yeah, I don't know what you guys think. Where do you think he might end up in this? Let me know in the chat. And then, look, these are the players that need to be sold. I think Basuma needs to be sold. I think Solomon needs to be sold. These are my top three, by the way. And Richarlison needs to be sold. We need a striker. And I know Richie got two at the weekend. And a few is asking, why, Dermo? Why are you saying he needs to be sold? I just think you cannot say to Richarlison on one match, he plays really well, and two matches, say, oh, that's it, he needs to stay now. He's had nearly 3 years at the club to really do what he needed to do. And I've said it before, and I said it again. He is a small fish, and he's a big fish. He's a small fish in a big pond at Tottenham. And as much as you all love his shithousery, as much as we all love the way he goes about, and the goals he scored on Saturday were really good, especially the second one was really remarkable. I don't think he's done enough to stay at the club, and I think Tottenham now should look to sell him. But that means then we have to go out and get a striker. That means we have to go out and spend money to buy another number 9 in. Now, we have got Dom Solanke, but is Dom Solanke going to be that player that's going to get you your 15, 20 goals a season? No. Not a hell's chance. So we do need to go out and buy a striker, but have we left it too late in the window to buy that striker? And I think, yes, we have left it too late to buy that striker, to be fair. No, I think Solomon as well. I don't think Solomon really he joined the club, had a few good games, and then got injured, and that was the last resort of him. He then went out loan Leeds, had a great season at Leeds. And Basuma myself, well, look, Basuma needs to go anyway. I think Basuma is surplus to requirements at Tottenham. I think the thing before the Super Cup final with him getting disciplined and leaving it because of his lateness, I think it's the last straw. But I honestly do feel this could have been knocked on the head when Ange first come through the door. And I think if you give players an inch, they will take a mile. It's like anyone. You give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. And I just feel that Basuma's he needs to go. He needs to go. I don't think he's good for the dressing room. I don't think he's good for an environment turning up late. That's not setting an example for the younger players. And the sooner he goes, the better. But we need a replacement for him as well. So I think that's 3 replacements. One thing about Eze, he can play in the left and he can play in the 10. If Eze's going to play in the 10, then we definitely need a left winger. Now, if we're not going to go for the Manchester City player, I think we're looking at a Monaco's winger as well. So I don't think Spurs are done in the window yet. I do feel they will be in the window until 7:00 Monday evening on the 1st of September. And I think after that, we will be able to back in this window with a little bit of satisfaction and a little bit of do you know what? This window's not been too bad. And it's not, look, we were panicking for a while because nothing was happening with Morgan Gibbs White. Nothing was happening there with it. And we were left, we're in the pickle, weren't we? We were standing around doing absolutely nothing. And then suddenly momentum has now picked up. Momentum is now starting to get there. And now we're getting the Eze deal done. And Tequila was right. He couldn't see Levy go and get 60 plus million pound players. He's been proven right in that. But we do need a left winger. And I would have said, I know a lot of people wouldn't want the Man United winger, the young Argentinian lad. For Manchester United, but maybe with Romero and a bit of South American within the club, would that help him flourish at Tottenham? Would he be more relaxed, especially with his Argentinian teammate in Romero? Look, I'd go for Højlund as well. I put a loan bid in for Højlund, get him in on loan. I like Højlund. I think he'd be a good fit for Tottenham. I think he would be a good number 9, and with all the chances that we will create on the left and on the right and through the middle with Eze and Kudos. And so I think any striker that's coming is going to be absolutely licking his lips because the amount of chances we're going to create for them is going to be unreal. So look, I don't think we're over yet. I don't think we're finished. There's 13 days more to go. This is, as I said, it's 13 days of madness. And that's what it's going to be because the next 13 days is just going to be it's going to be mad, and Tottenham are going to be in the thick of it. I think other clubs are going to be in the thick of it as well. I don't think Manchester United are finished in the transfer market. They need a new goalkeeper, and I think a new who else am I thinking of? I think Arsenal are probably out of it. I think they've done their bit. Newcastle, I think, are leaving it really late to get any players in. I think Villa have been very quiet in this market as well. I haven't done a lot. Everton, I think Liverpool, I think, are looking to get another one in. Would that Isaac deal go to the end of the window? I think it will. I think he will end up at Liverpool, but Liverpool will have to pay. I think over 150 million for him. And is Isaac worth 150 million? I don't think he is. But that's the going rate for strikers now. It really is. Let's go back to chat. Sue's in there before we kick on with the next section, which is about the Champions League, guys. And the Champions League, I'm going to explain to you the format, how the draw works, because the draw is on at the end of the month, guys. the 28th at 5 p.m. So we're sort of only 8 days away from the Champions League game. So I thought I'd get ahead tonight, guys, and just give you a rundown on what it is, when the dates are, put the dates into your calendar for when Tottenham are playing, the prize money that Spurs could pick up through each round. I think we'll get to this round of 16 quarterfinals at most if we have a really good draw, but I don't think we'll get anything as far as that. Let's go up and see who's in. Big up Ryan. It could be wrong if he gets injured, though, Domo. Probably, but we have to wait and see. Big up to Gaza91 as well. Big up to you. It says Monaco want 45 million. I don't think it's worth 45 million. I think it's worth 30 million. Would you read, Gaza? Would you 1991 30 million? I think 30 million euro. Is that 45 million in pounds or euro, Gaza 1991? Let me know. Juventus are interested in Richie. That'd be an interesting one. Would Richie go to Italy? That really would be a really interesting one. We're up to Mr. E. Richie, 99% staying. It's far too late in the window to go after a striker, I'm afraid. Most available ones are moved up. Well, I still think Højlund myself. I know David Clark disagrees with me, and he says it's just as bad as Tell. I think you're looking at him, how he's played at Manchester United. If you look how he played at Atalanta in Italy, he wasn't that bad of a striker. And I think he would do good under a Frank system. And I think players thrive under different systems. They either thrive under a system or they don't. And I think Højlund and the winger, the Argentinian lad for Manchester United, I think they might thrive under a Frank environment, and disciplined as well. I don't know how disciplined Amarin is, but I think Frank is a very disciplined manager, and I think they will come in and they'll realize they'll have to toe the line. Big up to David Clark. David Clark, I have seen that as well. David Clark is saying that Manchester City's general manager, Fernando Scenario, has blocked Savinho's transfer to Spurs because if his bad relationship with Levy, especially over both Kane and Walker's transfer. Well, look, if the I think Man City. Look, my view of Man City is right, and this is just my own view. This is not the view of anyone else on the channel. This is not the view of the channel per se. This is my own personal view on Manchester City. I think they should have to. I think they got a damn cheek. They're cheaters. They've broken rules, and they should be punished for the rules they have broken. And I think it's a joke that the Premier League have let it run into the season starts before any sanctions could be thrown on Manchester City. What are they waiting for? Are they waiting before the end of the season before, oh, do you know what, lads, we're going to strip Man City 10 points. Oh, don't worry, they won the league anyway because they were 15 points clear. I think Man City should be stripped of all titles, should be knocked down a division, and really find transfer embargo and find heavily. But they won't do it, and I don't understand why it's taken them so long to do it. I don't understand, and I think Daniel Levy's right when he says that. He said that interview with Gary Neville that he didn't talk a lot about it, but you can tell from him, and I say other chairmen are as well, are a little bit unhappy of the way that how the Premier League are dealing with the Man City scenario. Big up Dermo. If you give me an inch, I don't want it. LOL. Big up Rhino. I don't think that's true. I will ask the question, but I don't think. I think that was put out on X somewhere. And I don't believe it's true. See, anyone could be put anything in X and everyone believe it. I just don't believe that. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm no fan of football agents either. I think they should be. They're a breed that should be taken out of existence completely. And not allowed into football at all. But football agents are there to look after two things: themselves and their players. And the lawyers, the agents will want their cut out of this. It's a big deal. they will get the cut out of it. And I think, look, I will do a show on this with James and Tequila after the window about football agents, because I feel it's an interesting topic where we all might have different opinions on this. But we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Just have to wait and see. As I said, we broke it on Sunday, and we did say 72 hours, which brings it around to Thursday, that this could be announced. So we are sticking with that. We are going with Don Deal with a question mark. We're not saying he is a Spurs player. We're sticking to what we said on Sunday. And that's all we can do. We get the news, guys, and we give it to you. And that's all we can do. Big up to David Clark, says Gooey will be a Liverpool player. I say so. What they're looking at, 30 million? Palace now looking for him? Well, Palace want 40. Liverpool want to pay 30. So I would love to see how much he does go for. Palace will play Eze. It depends, David. If Palace get the replacement in before Thursday, then Eze will go to Tottenham before Thursday. It's all about Palace getting in their replacement. This is what's holding the deal up. And I know they were after Praga, a player from Braga, I think, as well, who I don't know if he doesn't start tonight against Rangers, because they're playing in Rangers tonight in the Champions League. Be very interesting to see if he did start or not. Also, they're after the Leicester City player that started on Saturday. He was took off at half time with the manager not really impressed. I think he's got his eye on the Palace move as well. So I think them two deals, they're waiting for either one of them to come in to replace Eze. And once Palace have got their replacement, then Eze will be off to Spurs. It's very much a domino effect, these transfer windows. Really is. Mr. E says, I want City to win just to have the Gooners keep growing for next century. Yeah, I do agree. I want anyone else to win the league by them. But as you know, we did have that ridiculous thing a couple of seasons ago under Angie's first season where certain fans were supporting Man City, was supporting Man City instead of supporting us. And I think that's ridiculous. You could never, even that night, I backed Spurs. I couldn't take myself. I don't care if Arsenal win the league or not. It's not going to break I'm going to be annoyed for about a day or two. But is it going to ruin my life? No, it's not. City, Arsenal won the league enough. They won the league. I remember them winning the league on our patch in 2004. That hurt. That really hurt. You can see them celebrating down at the old White Hart Lane. That really hurt when they won the league on our place. That stings. But if Arsenal win the league, does it bother me? No, why should it bother me? All I care about is Tottenham Hotspur. I don't give a shit about Arsenal. They don't come into my head. If we're going to beat, all I care about is Arsenal's when we play them on North London Derby Day and beating them well. Then that's what all the time I think about Arsenal. Apart from that, doesn't bother me. You know, it just doesn't bother me whatsoever. I get what you're saying though. Lawyers are the problems with them. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, Louis. Do not get me started. This has been absolute shenanigans. This should have been sorted out. Should have been sorted out well before the season, well before in the summer. Well before in the summer. Should have been sorted out well before. And then let it rumble on to when the season starts. I think it's incompetence of the Premier League. And I don't even blame the FA actually on this, to be fair. I blame the Premier League. Because the Premier League have let this fester and they've let it fester. They've let it fester and they've let it fester. And it gets to a point when the league has started. But what this league's in limbo because we don't know what punishment Man City are going to get. So if Man City are in fourth place, right, and say, I don't know, just say, for example, say Nottingham Forest, right, finish fifth this season and Man City finish third, right, and we finish fourth, or we finish fifth, right, and Man City are found guilty and there's a 10 or 15 point gap between us and Man City, and the punishment is a 10-point deduction transfer ban for 2 years, and 100 million whatever dollar fine or euro fine, whatever. Yeah, does it mean that are they punished? No, they're not punished. And I think this should have been sorted out a long time ago. And do you know, I'm the one thing I've been saying it quite over the summer a few times, that the FA and the Premier League, and I don't blame the FA because the FA are doing their best. I think the Premier League are the culprits in this because they don't want to mess up their product. Oh no, we don't Man City getting relegated. That mess up our product. But no, you allowed football regulators to come in and run the game, allow the government to run the game, but you don't want to punish people that are cheating within the game. I get you. Big up to Andy Ing 135. David Clark seems unlikely if he wants to play for us in Champions League. Maybe it's difficult since this is a playoff match. David says a minute after Palestine as a replacement. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing as well, David. Absolutely, that's what I'm hearing. Big up to We Are Spurs TV. I'm not going to get excited until Eze is holding the shirt. O'Keefe has gotten things wrong. This comes from Ben Jacobs, actually, as well. We Are Spurs TV. Until Fabrizio Romano gives us the here we go on Eze. What we have told you Sunday, we actually are ahead of Fabrizio Romano, that he is joining Spurs. So just letting you know. Get excited. It's happening. The only way he's not coming to us if he gets injured on Thursday. I think I think what's going to happen, this is just my own thoughts, by the way. This is not the channels. This is just my own processed thoughts, what I think is going to happen. I think tomorrow we'll probably get medical booked. Wednesday, all the documents, and then we'll get here we go. So that's just my opinion. My Football Town Football Club, my chairman, Calvin Thomas out. Big up to you, Luke Chapman. We Are Spurs TV. Says people on Football Heritage were rejoicing this morning like Eze was already. He is a Spurs player. We Are Spurs TV. Just get excited about it, man. Get excited about it. Eze has no say about himself playing in Europe because he has been a model professional and one man. Do you know what? I really am impressed with Eze, the way he's dealt with the whole thing. I think he's been a model professional, and I think a lot of players can actually have a look at Eze and how he plays and how he's conducted himself through the whole process. I think he's been an absolute model professional. So big up to you, Eze. Paul O'Keefe said a deal with Kudos wasn't closed and we signed him an hour later. As I said, it was Ben Jacobs, not Paul O'Keefe. We Are Spurs TV. Big up John Fitzpatrick, my Irish brother. He says, big up, damn it. Hope you're well, my Irish brother. I am doing well, my Irish brother. Hope you do well down in Limerick. And the family are keeping safe. So big up to you. Andy Ing 135 enough. We Are Spurs TV. They ain't going to get any punishment. That's the thing, isn't it? We Are Spurs TV. I think me and James and Tequila will do a show in this about the Man City thing, because I think the lads will have their own views. But for me, I'm very much that Man City have to get, if the Premier League want to keep the reputation, and English football wants to keep its reputation, then Man City have to be punished. This is very time for reputations for the game in England and the Premier League for their product. They're gonna have to be punished. Big up to Ryan. It says, see demo. I give a damn if Arsenal win anything. I don't know. Ryan, maybe because I'm being an older fan, right? I don't know what. Maybe because I am an older fan, right? Tottenham fan for what, 45 years, my 45th season supporting the Tottenham. Can't believe 45 years supporting this club team. Jesus, they put me through some heartache. Maybe it doesn't bother me anymore what they do, Ryan. When I was younger, it did, but I think as the older I get, and I think the older the older I'm getting, I'm 2 years off 50. So maybe as I'm reaching 50, maybe it just doesn't bother me anymore. I care what Tottenham do and what they do and how they win. If Arsenal don't come into my head any day of the week. If they're playing on TV, right, I'll go, I watched the game on Sunday because I want Man United to beat them. Of course I do. I don't want if anybody plays Arsenal, I want the opposition to win. But if they won the league, would I be sitting there going nuts and going ballistic and throwing my toys out the pram? No, probably not. Probably not. I have to say, when Arsenal went unbeaten for the whole season, unbeaten, I actually did think that time they were probably the best team in England at that time. You can't take that away from them. But I just don't know. Ryan, maybe it's maybe when you're younger, you have that attitude. Maybe I don't know if David Clark feels the same. I don't know. It just for me doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me one iota, and especially with this Man City thing the first thing on the range, I was disgusted with our Spurs fans, the way some of them are jumping around when Man City scored. I thought, nah. I was mad that night because I did the watch along that night myself, and I couldn't support another team against my team. Not hell's chance. And as I said, if Arsenal won the league, would I be pissed off? A couple of days. It would bother me. Well, would I bother after that? No, not at all. Big up the Hot God 10. Big up to you, James. Hope you're doing well. He says, good evening, Dermot and chat. Philip, David Clark says, I think Burge have turned down Palace's offer for their player. I don't think El Cananunis is a second choice. I think he's just an extra addition. Right. Okay. Well, maybe you know the Leicester thing better than me at the moment, David, because you live in Leicester. So let us know what you're hearing on the ground up there. And big up to Christopher Inshaw as well. It says Tottenham, as of today, are not giving up on signing Savinho, despite Manchester City putting up a big wall. Fabrizio Romero on YouTube. Well, if Fabrizio is saying we're not giving up on Savinho, then we're not giving up on Savinho. A big up to Andrew Burnett as well. Look, I'm going to bring you up, man, because last night you did join me for the Under-21 watch-along. Another one Friday, by the way. And I do apologize to the guys and everyone that tuned in because of YouTube had their issues. But I am back Friday with the second game, so please join me then. Andrew, pick up a membership and join all our membership stuff as well. And join our fantasy league. If you're a member, you do. Ryan is actually leading that at the moment with 82 points. How did you manage that, Rhino? You're well clear at the top. You're about 10 points clear at the top at the moment. But that's after game week 1. You wait to game week 2. See if anyone can catch Ryan up. Ryan at the moment is the league leader. He's the Man City of the league. He's going to kill me for that. I did demo, but that's because Arsenal could have won and did not like Ange. I don't know how you could, Ryan. I don't know how you could. I'm sorry. I like you a lot, Ryan. You're a good mate of mine. I have a lot of time for you, man. A lot of respect for you as well. And I mean this. Look, take this the way it's meant. Right? I'm not trying to be nasty or horrible or anything to you. Take it from an old Spurs fan that's been here and done it, bought T-shirt, seen more shit than you could ever wish to see. Now you're chucking something at the telly right now at my head. But I don't know how you could do it. I don't know how a Tottenham fan can say, I'm going to support Man City because I want them to win tonight. Now, if Man City were playing Arsenal, I would get it 100%. I would get anybody supporting any team playing Arsenal. 100% get it. I did it myself Sunday. I supported Manchester. I wanted United to win on Sunday because because I've got two mates who are Man United fans. I know a few Man United fans who are very good friends of mine. And Colin, as you know, who comes onto the channel, Mr. B from the Manchester United agenda. And that. So, yes, I wanted Arsenal to lose. But if Man City were playing Tottenham, I'm sorry. And say if Spurs won and Arsenal could win the league, I am sorry. I'm backing my team 100% through thick and thin. That's what it's called supporting your team. You can't just because your arch rivals might win the league if the team that's playing against Tottenham might win. No, I'm sorry. You back your team through thick and thin. I keep saying I was there when Tottenham went out of existence. I've seen a lot worse, Ryan. I've left through I was watching a documentary. Wayne put it into the group chat, our members group chat, guys. Pick up your memberships as well to get involved in that. And it was the year that Ozzy was in charge, and Ozzy got the sack, I think, after we lost to Notts County 3-0 away in the League Cup. And you know, there were so many heartache moments that during the 90s. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do it. Big up to David Clark. I never spend 1 millisecond thinking about Arsenal. Whereas Young's fans are, I know, David, you're like me on that. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I really don't get why younger fans. Sorry, let me put the clock properly there. Sorry. There you go. So you can see what time it is now. I just don't get it. What the thing is with supporting. Hang on, just let me. So that can. Do you know what? I meant to do this earlier, and I never did bother get around to doing it. Sorry, wrong thing. See this when you play with. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's nicer. That's more better. Yeah, I don't get it, David. I just don't get it. I couldn't do it. I just could not do it myself, David. You and me been fans long. I mean, you and Philip Brady and Colin and Wilton have been fans longer than I have, and I just don't get it. Andy in one, which squad numbers have we not signed yet? There is room for more new signings. Even if we sign Eze and Savinho, right? We always go for players on the deadline. We do. Number 7's available. And now I play EA 25, right? Sorry. And I bought Eze from Crystal Palace. And I signed him the number 7 shirt from Sonny because Sonny Sonny was left to go and play for LA FC. I think he's going to get the 7 shirt because he has the number 10 at Palace. The number 10's been assigned to James Maddison. Not unless Eze gets the 10 shirt and they assign James Maddison the shirt, which I can't do now anyway. I think Eze gets the 7 shirt. That's just my opinion. Yeah, L. David says Al Kelly is for sale. Leeds United tried to sign him. Forest have contacted Leicester about him. Now Palace are attempting to make him an addition to their squad. He's level below Eze, but he's good. I don't think anyone's going to be as good as Eze, but I think we really want Palace to get somebody in sooner rather than later to get this deal done. Big up to Colin X, my Celtic cousin. Big up to you, Colin, from the Welsh valleys where Tom Jones sings What's New Pussycat, and Dave and Philip Brady sings as his double act. If you're watching, Philip, sorry. The clue is in the word, Domo supporter. I know. Yeah, there's Ryan. Yeah, the Fantasy Football League. No one catch me. I'm just good at the game, but I hope somebody can challenge me. Well, look, it's only 1 game out of 38, Ryan. Do you know? We'll catch you. Right, guys, I want to get on now very quickly. Champions League starts, guys, and it does. And the draw for the Champions League is on the 28th of August at 5 o'clock. And we're going to show the draw live here on THFC. Well, not show it live, but we're going to do the stream for the draw on the 28th. Anyway, how does it work? You're asking, how does it work, Dermo? The 2 teams are selected from each pot, 4 pots with 1 home and 1 away. Match against the teams from each pot drawn by the software. No teams can be drawn against each other, with teams facing no more than 2 opponents from another association. The procedure will be repeated for all teams until all pairings have been drawn. Now, guys, what do you think about this, of a computer doing it? Oh, okay. Let me know what you guys think of this, of a computer doing draws. I prefer the old-fashioned way. Oh, God, maybe I'm old. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but I prefer the old-fashioned way of people just. It can't be. I feel draws done by computer can be corrupted, and somebody can program the computer to put out a certain amount of draws in a certain amount of way to suit themselves, to suit UEFA. And I just don't like it. I just think it's open for corruption, in my own words. But look, I don't know. Yeah, big up to DJ. Old school is better. It is DJ. It is so much better than the new way. Big up to John Fitzpatrick. It says, when we're getting here, we go. We did say Sunday, John, between 24 to 72 hours. The 72 hours, I think, runs into Thursday. So I'm looking at Thursday, maybe. We'll get the here we go. Big up to We Are Spurs TV. I'm 37, never played any fantasy football league. Do you know, this is my first year doing it properly, actually, and I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah, it should be good fun. But get a membership and join. People pick up your memberships, 99 cents. I mean, you can't even get a pint of milk for 99 cents. A computer is not a random way of doing it. A computer only works according to what. That's the point I'm making, David. So if somebody from UEFA, right, I don't know, supports, say supports Tottenham, for example, right, and he puts into the computer, in a way that he rigs it in a way that it gives Tottenham Hotspur an easy league phase, that we get all the crap teams. I don't know if I'm barking up a wrong tree, but I just think it's so corruptible. And doing it the old-fashioned way is just, it can't be corrupted. It just can't be corrupted. Well, look, UEFA and FIFA are corrupted anyway, but I just prefer the old-fashioned way. I prefer the old draw. It's more exciting. These are the dates, guys, for the league phase. Match day 1 is the 16th to the 18th of September 2025. Match day 2, the 30th to the 1st of October 2025. Match day 3, 21st to 22nd of October. Match day 4, the 4th and 5th of November. Match day 5, the 25th and the 26th of November. Match day 6, the 9th and 10th of December. Then there's the break. Match day 7, 20 to 21st of January 2026, and match day 8, the 28th of January. Big up to Spurs related as well. Big up to you, James. I hope you're doing well, sir. It says, big up. It says, Dermo, hope you're well, my mate. I am doing fine, man. Need to get you on the channel. So get in touch with me. Send me a DM, and we'll have to get you on the channel this week or next week, man. It's been too long since we last had you on. When are the knockout games as well? So the playoffs are the 17th, 18th, and the 24th, 25th of February. The round of 16 is the 10th to the 11th and the 17th to 18th of March. So St. Patrick's Day. So I'm still pissed around that time of March. So you may get a drunk Dermo doing a watch along because I'm still celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Quarterfinals, the 7th and 8th and 14th and 15th of April. The semi-finals. The semi-finals, the 28th, 29th, April the 5th and 6th of May, and then the final is in Hungary at the Puskás Stadium on the 30th of May 2026. Twitter is in the description below. James is in the description of the channel below, so there's ways you can get hold of us: email, TikTok, and X as well. So they're all there, mate, all down there. Now this is much each club, how much each. Sorry, I can't see because that's there. How much prize money clubs will make in the Champions League? Now in the league phase, for a win, you get 1.77 million for every win. For every draw, you get 590,000. If you reach the playoff round, you get 843,000. If you finish in the top 8, you get 1.7 million. Then for just reaching the round of 16, you get 9.27 million. If you reach the quarterfinals, you get 10.53 million. Semi-finals, 12.64 million. And then the runners-up get over £15.5 million, and then the winners get a total of £21.7 million. And it really is with FIFA's highly lucrative Club World Cup this summer. And this is a very good point. It will be interesting to see how UEFA responds with the prize money for the 25-26 season of the Champions League. Let me know what you think, guys. I mean, it's a lot of money, isn't it? If Spurs... hang on, give us 2 minutes, James. I'll put our X. Hang on, give us 2 minutes, man. Do 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 do. Bum 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 bum. Okay, just let me do something here. Yay! Here we go. Right. Okay. There you go, man. Big up from the Irish Hotspur. Thanks for Dave sending this over. Well, thank you very much. Cheers, Dave. Very kind of you, sir. Absolutely very kind of you, gentleman and a scholar. But guys, yeah, let me know what you think. And that is it. That's Newsbeat for tonight, guys. 13 days of madness to come. Are Tottenham going to buy more players? We will be back on as soon as we get the Here We Go for Eze. We'll come on straight away for that. I don't know what day is tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I don't know if there's a show tomorrow. If any of the lads are available, there will be a show because I want to do a bit of a debate tomorrow. I want to see if a few lads are free to do a bit of a debate on the Champions League and on the Man City thing and how much damaging is it to the Premier League. And I think you guys, it might be interesting debate to have. And Tottenham as well with the transfer window. Are you happy with it so far? So we've got that coming up Thursday. We've got the Newsbeat back again, guys. Friday at 4:00 for you members is the pre-match show for the Man City stuff. The predicted lineups will be out on Friday as well. And then Friday night at 6:45, 6:45, there will be an under-21s watch along as Tottenham's youngsters go again in the Premier League 2. I know they were 2-0 up last night, and I am not sure how they did. But because of YouTube having its problems last night, we couldn't do the whole watch along, which was really frustrating for me because I was really enjoying it. And that's what I want to talk about as well tonight. Absolutely. Spurs play. Do you know, did we win last night? Did we win? Yes, we won 5-3 against Sunderland last night. On Friday, we're playing our first home game against Crystal Palace at the Lee Mack Stadium in Stevenage on the 22nd. And then on the 30th of August, we've at 1:00 on Saturday, the 30th of August. I don't think Spurs. Let's see. It might be a double header that day of games. On the 30th, let's just see if it is. No, it's not. We're playing the 28th. So on the 30th, we've got the under-21s. And of course, on the 28th, we have... no, we do. We have a double header of games that day. We do have the under-21s, and then we've got the Tottenham boys at 3 as well. So, guys, on the 30th, you have a double helping of Tottenham watch-alongs. Big up the Sham Tan, even Mr. Dermatronics. So I hope you are well to see. I am fine. Rangers getting battered. That's what I'd love to see. Fabrizio said, here we go soon. Well, look, I might be back on later then. Looks like I will be. But guys, thank you all for watching. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscription button if you can. It really does help with the algorithm and everything to do with that. But guys, we will see you soon. Come on, you Spurs. And Thomas Frank, we trust. We never stop. Get aboard the Frank train. It's now left the station. If you haven't got on it, then you're left on the station looking pretty sad because you haven't got on the party train. See you later, guys. Come on, you Spurs.